Hi friends, this is day 2 of attempting to vlog for a week straight. I did not post my video from yesterday, but I'm back, I'm trying, and today I wanted to chat about a few of some Seattle bookstores that I've stopped by in the last year and talk about the books that I picked up from them. I'm actually a very big reader, and I share like the different bookstores in the Seattle area, but I haven't even talked about the books. And so I thought it'd be fun to chat about where I picked up these books, what I thought of them. 2 of them I've read. One of them is still on my nightstand that I want to read, and it's been, what ends up happening is I visit local bookstores and then I pick up books, and I just have stacks of books. If you look at my nightstand, it's like books on the nightstand and then books on the floor. Lots of books. So if we are just meeting for the very first time, my name's Emma. I am your Seattle Girly Guide. I'm a Seattle-based content creator. I share my Seattle lifestyle and style. And so if you come to my channel, I share everything from things to do around Seattle, checking out local bookstores, cafes, parks, and everything in between. I've shared neighborhood guides on West Seattle, on Ballard, downtown Seattle, as well as other adventures I've been on this year. But yeah, a big thing that I like to do is read and visit local bookstores. And so we're just going to talk about some of these bookstores. So the first book I wanted to share with you guys is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I picked up this book at the Island Bookstore in Mercer Island. Let me make sure that's the correct name. And I'm just going to keep this in here, you guys, because I should have been a little bit more prepared. I'm pretty sure it's Island Books, but it's Island Books on Mercer Island. So Island Books on Mercer Island, it's been there since 1973. It's definitely a staple on Mercer Island. It is such a great bookstore, you guys. It's very big in there. They have such a great kids section, and I actually love that they have a little play area and a reading area for the kids. I decided to stop by. When did we go to Mercer Island? There's actually a Mercer Island vlog if you go back, and I'm sure you can find it. My friend Jenny and I, we always meet up in Seattle because she lives north and I'm south in the greater Seattle area. And so we always end up in Seattle or Bellevue, and we're like, why don't we try Mercer Island? And so our first stop was Island Books. And so decided to pick up The Bone Season. It's a really interesting concept. It's fast forward in the future, and there's different types of mediums, and they're being hunted. It's illegal for them to live. And this one girl named Paige kind of has found her place within, not this futuristic, how do you say that? Not futuristic, but in the future, she's kind of found her place. And then something happens and she gets taken and then kind of lives in this alternate place. And kind of has to figure out how to get back. I don't know if that's a great description. I should practice. But anyways, it's really interesting to see the different mediums, because different psychics and how they're ranked and how they live kind of in this alternate place that they don't even the people who have been in there, who have been picked for the Bone Season. They don't know where they are. A lot of them have been there for years, sometimes decades, and they have to kind of figure out a place within that alternate society. And then throughout the book, there's some intersections where it's oh, actually, this is not cut off from the rest of the world. And there's an opportunity for her to somewhat get back. And so anyways, I thought it was really, really interesting. Talks about her backstory, and it talks about, just kind of finding your place in the world, especially when you're being persecuted against, or it's illegal for you to live, and then you end up in another place and it's not you're still free. And so I thought it was a good book. I thought it was a very captivating book. And again, I got this from Island Books on Mercer Island. I thought it was worth a good read. I feel like I'm always in that YA, young adult section. And so it's funny, I'll go to a bookstore and I'll be like, okay, if they have the Sarah J. Maas, because I read all the Sarah J. Maas books, Acotar, Throne of Glass, I read Crescent City, right? Like if there's like a section like that, I kind of gravitate to that because I'm like, okay, this is kind of like the space where I have really been living with books. And so the Bone season, I liked it. If you kind of like that young adult stuff, I thought it was good. Second book, you guys, is The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. If you guys like, oh my gosh, what's that Netflix show? Jesus. And she has that whole series. Oh my God, why am I blanking? Series, Shadow and Bone. Jeez Louise, you guys. Shadow and Bone. Read the whole series. I read everything. I read Six of Crows, King of Scars. I loved the whole series and initially watched Netflix. So that's how I got introduced to Leigh Bardugo. And then I was like, okay, like let me actually read the books. Again, kind of in that young adult space. So I went to Arundel Books in Pioneer Square. I think it is such a beautiful bookstore in Seattle. So if you're in downtown Seattle, you're looking for a beautiful bookstore, Pioneer Square is a part of downtown Seattle. Highly recommend going. Like take an Uber there if you don't have a car. It's probably honestly easier. Parking in Pioneer Square can be a process, like even if you're like there during the weekdays. Decided to pick this up. This was one of like the recommended books. I think it was just like up, and I recognized the author, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get this. And it's a first edition book. I normally don't think about those things. Like I usually just like pick up the book. Anyways, she ends up, she's kind of, I don't even know. Oh my God, I want to like give too much away. Basically, she's kind of in like not a waitress, kind of in a servant role in a household. And she ends up having some magic that she's like been hiding. And the woman of the house, like who's in charge of the house, ends up discovering it. And they start putting her more into like an entertainment sort of role. Like they start like hosting people, inviting people, like showing what she can do. And then her role grows. And she ends up like, how do you say that? It's not like a, my gosh, what's that called? Not like a champion, but basically she ends up going into this like competition with other people who have some sort of magic, right? And she's kind of trying to figure out who's friend, who's foe. There's like a king's advisor that she ends up befriending. And it's really her kind of navigating like the aristocracy and the kingdom and trying to find her place. I thought it was a really good book. It's a standalone book, and you kind of see her journey, and you're really just like rooting for her because she's the underdog. It's like, geez, like she was like this servant girl, and then they find out that she can do these cool magic things, and then they kind of throw her into this competition, and then she has to like try to win this competition, like figure out her place in it. So I guess there is like, I guess if you kind of like the first book of Throne of Glass, like there's some common themes about that. And you're just kind of rooting for her at least. Like I'm like, oh gosh, I hope she's able to survive, and I hope she's able, you're like hoping that you're like, oh, like I hope this person's actually like a good person and like not trying to like stab her in the back. But yeah, I really liked this book. I thought it was great. Standalone book. Again, love this author. If you liked Shadow and Bone, like I think you would also like this book. Okay, friends, so the last book I wanted to chat about, I haven't read yet because it's like been on my nightstand and I like need to rotate it in. There is a bookstore in Fremont called Charlie's Queer Books. Such a fun bookstore, you guys. Like obviously celebrating LGBTQ plus stories, authors, all of the above. And this one, I actually feel like I've seen this like trending on TikTok. It's called Wolf Song. And so decided to pick this up, and I was like, you know what? It's like a whole series. And I think they're also like a local author. I think that's one of the reasons why I picked this up, because the person at the bookstore was like, hey, you know, this guy's like a local author. And so I always try to support local authors. And so I haven't read this yet. It's on the nightstand, but I'm hoping to read it soon. So that's pretty much it, friends. So yeah, 3 bookstores that I've recently been to this past year: Charlie's Queer Books in Fremont, Arundel Books in Pioneer Square, and Island Books in Mercer Island. If you're looking for other bookstores, I honestly could probably talk about bookstores for days. I would say let's maybe talk about some Pike Place Market ones before we wrap things up. So if you're at Pike Place Market, there's I think like 6 or 7 bookstores in Pike Place Market alone. So if you go to Pike Place Market for the first time, you're probably just thinking like the Fish, the Gum Wall. There's like 200 plus businesses and there's like 6 bookstores within the market itself. So I recommend checking out Left Bank Books. It's like on the ground floor, so it's like in that main area of Pike Place Market. I feel like that's like a really good one to check out. They still require a mask in there, and so just kind of an FYI. There is also BLMF books like a mother effer. It's on like the third, like way down in the market. So you actually have to like go in the market and like go down 2 flights of stairs. So if you've never heard of that, you're like, there's like flights of stairs in the market. The market's like, there's so many things in the market. And then there's also, oh my gosh, it starts with another L. Let me just like pull up my Google Maps because I save all these places and I still haven't been to every bookstore in the market. I think I've only been to half. But maybe this year I'll be able to like cross off all the books. Where is that other bookstore? It starts with an L. Oh, Lamplight Books, of course. So there's also Lamplight Books. And so if you like go in another building of the market, it's actually near that Wild Fish Poke spot. It's like in that like same building. Lamplight Books is also in there. Yeah, those are kind of the 3 that I've been to. Again, there's like other bookstores like Pine Books. I haven't even been to Pine Books. I gotta go to Pine Books, and that's also in the market. That's another spot. I'm gonna save it on my Google Maps. Yeah, that's like, those are other bookstores to check out. But yeah, those are the 3 books 2 books I've read, 1 book that is in the queue, as well as some of the bookstores that I've been to and some bookstores I'd like to go to as well. Again, Pine Books popped up and I typed in bookstores in Pike Place Market. I haven't been to that, so I have to go to there next time. And I was just at the market last week, and so I'll have to go back. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I'm trying something new, trying to vlog, keep it casual, keep things kind of straightforward. I do love obviously producing like kind of the Seattle neighborhood videos, and I'm gonna try to do more vlogging while I'm doing those, but definitely trying a new format with this challenge that I've joined. Maybe I'll actually do all of Vlogtober. But yeah, let me know if there's any other any other Seattle bookstores that you guys like, and I'll see you guys next time.